your attention here on State's Exhibits 332 Yankee, and then we're going to transition to 334 Yankee, but we're going to start with that one. Starting with State's 332 Yankee, which is before you. Well, let me ask you a question before I get to that exhibit. Earlier we were talking about, and it's published on the board and I'll show you in a second. Earlier we were talking about the verification process of releasing rental cars to customers. Do you remember that?
Yes.
And I asked you, is it possible for do you recall me asking?
Say again?
Objections to repeating questions that were asked. Your Honor, I'm providing context, orienting him.
I'll overrule the objection at this point in time, but get to it.
Yes, sir, Your Honor.
Okay.
Do you recall me asking you about whether an individual could just simply come into the Hertz Gold Club area and leave with the vehicle without providing identification at the gate? Do you recall that question?
Yes.
I want to circle back to that line of questioning. Have you ever personally allowed someone to rent a vehicle using another person's driver's license?
Overrule, sir.
You got the question?
Okay.
I'll repeat it. I'll repeat it for you. Have you personally ever allowed someone to rent a vehicle using someone else's driver's license?
No.
Okay. And another question, does the type of vehicle that a customer leaves with through the exit gate have to match the car that's documented on the Gold Club member's profile as rented by that customer?
All right. This question, I would not be able to answer because, like I said earlier, I never worked at the exit gate.
No problem.
Yeah.
No problem. Understood. Okay. I am going to turn your attention to the board that is to the left of you, and it's a smart screen. And here, I'll show you. Be careful, I don't want you to roll off.
All right.
Yes, sir. There's a little area here where if you mark on the screen, it'll show up. All right. And it should work from there. Okay. So I am now showing you what has been already admitted as State's Exhibit 332 Yankee. And I would like to inquire about that. Is there a rental record, and you can look to the screen to your left, is there a rental record number associated with State's 332 Yankee?
Let's see. Yes.
Okay. What is that rental record number that appears on State's 332 Yankee that's on the board and in front of you as a hard copy?
It says 103.
Okay, can you speak up and use your big voice?
Okay.
Yes, sir.
It's gonna be 103 976
Okay. And is there a renter associated with this particular rental record as shown on the screen and on the hard copy of the document in front of you?
Yeah, I see a name over there.
Okay. What is the name that you see appearing on that exhibit?
I see Jeffrey Williams.
Okay. Do you see on that same screen that you're looking at now a vehicle that was in fact rented to Mr. Williams?
I see a vehicle here.
Okay. What is the name? What is the information next to the word vehicle on that document?
It says 2014 CORV Stringray.
And what do you know CORV to pertain to in terms of vehicles?
Well, if you ask me, looking at it, it may be the short form of a Corvette, but
Okay.
I'm not too sure.
What is the license associated with that particular vehicle?
Yeah, please, because this is an abbreviation, so.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. What is the license or tag number associated with that vehicle?
It says GACCK 1725.
Okay. Based on this record, can you tell the ladies and gentlemen of the jury as you scroll down, Ms. Knight, what date that vehicle was in fact rented by Mr. Williams from the Atlanta Hartsfield Jackson Airport,
Hertz rental car? Yep, all the way down, Miss Knight, right there.
Let's see.
Okay, does that work for you better?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, the date is 010215.
Okay, and what time does that rental, what time is associated with that rental?
It says 9:08 p.m.
Okay, and what is the rental location that is contained on this exhibit as you see before you today?
It says Atlanta Hatfield International.
Okay, and what is the specified time that he has to return this vehicle based on the record that is before you right now?
Return time is 010915.
And what time period, a time of day or night would he have had to return it?
It says 9:13 p.m.
All right, just a brief moment. If we can scroll back to the top, yes, if we can scroll back to the top. All right, if you're pausing and zoom out just briefly, Ms. Knight. Thank you kindly. What is the rental rate associated with this particular rental of a 2014 Corvette Stingray?
It says $212 per week.
Okay.
Sorry, $208.72 per week.
Okay. Are there any upgrades associated with this vehicle according to this record?
It says vehicle upgrade, $200 per day.
Okay. And is there a charge that you can see based on this record that relates to underage charge?
Yeah, it says underage charge, $20 per day.
Okay. All right. And finally, if we can scroll to the page number 2, Ms. Knight, of this particular record, and scrolling down to the bottom, right there. Do you see a reservation ID number associated with this particular rental?
Yeah, I see one here.
Okay. And for the jury, can you call out what you see and know that reservation number to be?
It says 4408.
Okay. And so above the prepared by line, there is a res ID. Do you see that?
Yes.
What is the number beside res ID?
It says G43822212318.
Okay. And can you tell the ladies and gentlemen of the jury if you had an employee identification number while you worked at Hertz?
I'm sorry, say that again.
Did you have an employee identification number when you worked for Hertz?
Yes, but everybody has one.
Okay. And do you recognize the 4408 number associated with this rental record under the res ID?
Yeah, that was one of the user IDs that I had.
Okay. All right.
There.
All right. Yes, sir. Would you have been the only person with that employee identification number at that time?
Well, if you say at that time, yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. All right. I am now going to turn your attention to State's Exhibit 334, Yankee, which has been admitted into evidence. And again, you can either look to the screen or use the hard document in front of you. What rental record number is associated with this particular rental?
It It says 105939735.
Okay. And is there a renter associated with this rental record?
It has Jeffrey Williams.
Okay. And what kind of vehicle did Jeffrey Williams rent with this rental record?
2014 Q50.
Okay. And as it stands for this particular rental record, can you tell the ladies and gentlemen of the jury what license plate is associated with this vehicle?
The license plate says FLS322US.
Is FL an abbreviation for something?
I don't know for sure.
Okay. All right. I am going to inquire about if we can slide down. Do you see that there's a rental rate associated with this vehicle, with this particular rental?
I'm sorry, say that again.
Did Mr. Williams have a rental rate for this vehicle, a Q50 2014?
Yes.
What was the rental rate that Mr. Williams had to pay for the Q50 2014?
It says $366.95 per week.
Okay. What is the date and time, if we can, well, before we get there, do you see an underage charge associated with this rental that Mr. Williams made?
Yes, there's a $20 per day fee. Yeah.
What was the total amount associated with that fee?
$100.
Okay. And scrolling, what is the total estimated charge associated with this rental for the Q50 2014 vehicle that he rented?
It is $1,466.95.
All right, Ms. Knight, if we scroll down just a little bit further. Yes. No, on the same first page, but just a little lower. All right, yes, and zoom in on that bottom box. Thank you very much. Okay. And just a little bit more if we can. Right there. Thank you very much. Okay. Mr. Alivor, looking at where you are now being oriented on this exhibit, can you see on this exhibit the rental location associated with this rental that Mr. Williams transacted?
Yes, I can see.
What is the rental location associated with this Q50 2014 vehicle he rented?
It says Atlanta Hasfield International.
Okay. All right. And what was the rental? What is the rental time, date and time associated with this rental that Mr. Williams made for the Q50 2014?
It says 010715.
Okay. Sure.
8:34 p.m.
Okay. And what was the time that he was supposed to, based on this rental agreement, return the vehicle by associated with this page? Do you see one, a date and time?
The return time is 011215 at 8:30 p.m.
Okay. All right. I want to go a little further to the second page, if you will. All right. All the way down to the bottom. Do you see a reservation ID associated with this rental of the 2014 2014 Q50 that Mr. Williams made on January 7, 2015?
Yes.
What is the reservation ID that you see here on State's Exhibit 334 Yankee?
Okay, excuse me. You said reservation ID?
Yes. Do you see the reservation ID?
Yes.
Okay. What is the reservation ID that you see showing on this rental for that vehicle by Mr. Williams?
It says G44305812F4.
Okay. And do you see the employee identification number that you utilized on this rental record?
I have 4408.
And is that your employee identification number?
Yes, please.
And do you see a print date for this particular rental record associated, listed on this same document?
I'm sorry, what's the question again?
I'll ask again. Let me ask a better question. Do you see the print date for this rental record on that page of this document?
Yes, please.
What is the date that you see associated with that print date?
010715.
Is that January 7th, 2015?
Yes, please.
Okay. All right. I want to turn your attention to the last page of this document, the very last page. And I want to go all the way to the bottom of the last page. All right. Do you see a signature associated with this rental record?
Yes, please.
All right. And are signatures required for each rental record to be complete?
Well, as in a document, if there's if the signature thing is there for you to sign, you got to sign.
So let me ask a better question. Are customers required to sign the rental record prior to leaving with the rental with the vehicle that they have rented?
Yeah.
I'm sustaining the objection.
All right. Mr. Alivor, I want to turn your attention back to State's Exhibit 332 and go to the last page as well. In just a brief moment while Ms. Knight cues that up.
332. Yankee. And while that's being pulled up, I'll show you the hard copy.
Okay.
All right, okay. It's actually on the screen already.
Mr. Alivor, do you see a signature associated with the exhibit that has been admitted as State's 332 Yankee on the final page?
Yes, please.